Hi, I'm Walter and I'm the Dutch mentor, and welcome. This is the introduction to my latest release, my newest book, Happy Leadership. Just 120 days to master your happy leadership skills. Let's get started together to find the joy in leadership again, just 15 minutes per day. We've broken the book down into multiple segments that are action based. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing business landscape, we have to make sure that we lead from the front, and we always have to strive to find the most effective leadership style to engage our team members to drive the outcomes that we want. The traditional leadership styles that we have been used to, kind of directive, are no longer valid. Today, our workforce responds much better to servant leadership, to situational leadership, therefore, happy leadership. It is a transformative approach. It is fact-based in humility, authenticity, positivity, purpose, and empathy. We're going to explore in the slides to come the actions you can take on an incremental basis while carefully measuring your results to get the desired result, and of course to build sustainable habits and behaviors of a happy leader. So let's get started by getting an understanding of what happy leadership is. It comes down to basic core principles of servant leadership. It is following the simple equation that performance is a function of trust and engagement. If there is no trust, which is non-negotiable, and there's low engagement, there will be no performance. But if the leader presents him or herself with humility, with authenticity, with positivity, with purpose and true empathy, genuinely caring for the people that they lead, you too can get to the essence of happy leadership and transform your organization or your work group. Of course, without action, we cannot build sustainable habits and behaviors. And we need to realize that where we are today, which is our today normal, to where it is that we want to go. So let's dive into the daily practices, and we've broken it down into 3 steps over 3 months, right? 120 days. So day 1 to 30 is about cultivating humility. There's not one switch that you can just overnight become an humble leader or learn to lead with confident humility. So it is through daily reflections and seeking feedback and embodying the principles of servant leadership through your daily behaviors. That's how we're going to establish humility. We want to measure that very carefully every step of the way, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But this starts your journey with raising self-awareness by recognizing your personal limitations and strengths, but also understand your natural differentiating strengths. That's what the foundation of growth and personal development is all about. It is your daily commitment to growing as a person, growing as a leader. From day 31 to 60, we want to think about embracing authenticity. Right? It is the cornerstone of effective leadership. It is about being a genuine leader, so caring for the people that you lead, like that filial type love, that brotherly like love. It is by providing a clear vision, by active listening, by real, a communication that goes both directions, by being vulnerable at times. You can establish the level of trust necessary to drive performance. It is transparent leadership. It's being vulnerable and willingness to share your failures. Because if we fail fast, we can fail forward. We can continue to grow and learn. But it's also allowing your team members to take action and allowing them to fail. Because much can be learned from that rather than you just doing more for them. Which is, of course, a problem with micromanagement. People don't respond well to that. And then from 61 to 90 days, we want to start fostering positivity. It is amazing the power of just your smile. It is contagious. If you come onto your work floor or on your first team meeting with a big bright smile, it is amazing to see what it can generate with your team members. But it starts before you get to work. It is through gratitude journaling or writing down 5 or 6 words of gratitude every single morning, getting into a positive frame of mind. It is when you meet people that you have these, positive words of affirmation, these surprising acts of kindness. Through that process, you will become a differentiating leader. That's where engagement comes from. So we've talked about trust and engagement. That's where productivity comes from. And productivity leads to the desired outcomes. And then last, 91 to 120 days, it's about clarifying purpose and cultivating empathy. Again, we don't stop doing the things we have started. We want to continue them, and we're going to continue to develop. But here it is about inspiring and motivating your team. It's by having a clear vision, generating enthusiasm amongst your team members because they know and understand the purpose behind their work, their why. And it is only through that process that you get to go out and execute and find that true joy, not only for yourself, but also for your team. Once we have established that daily routine, we want to start thinking about how can we sustain the habits and behaviors of happy leadership. Because trust me that if you stop doing it, it will fade very, very quickly. Remember, you are who you are associated with. Those 5 people that you have grown up with, you're emulating them. And if you are not satisfied with them, you have to go on to this journey of becoming a happy leader. It is through sustained habits and behavior building that you too can find true joy and leadership, and of course, build a high performance team. So you need to be intentional. You need to be consistent. You need to measure. Because without measurement, 70, 80, even 90% of the things we say we're going to do will not work out. That's a fact. So by adopting a daily scorecard, by documenting what it is that I'm going to do, for example, I'm going to commit to go on the Gemba walk, go where the work is done on a daily basis for 30 minutes. And you can assess how well you did that on a daily basis. We recommend you use red for I didn't do so well. Yellow, I did it half-hearted. Or green, I fulfilled my commitment to my team. It is the weekly cadence of accountability to yourself that you want to assess how well did I do last week. And if on a daily basis you see more yellows and reds, it's time to deploy a countermeasure. No need to be mean to yourself. It's a reminder that you have to take some corrective actions in order to get back on track. And yes, there will be bumps along the way. But yes, those people who measure and take countermeasures and celebrate their successes will end up being the winners by finding that true joy in leading again. So in conclusion, leadership evolution is a journey. It is about mastering the skills of a happy leader. And along the way, you want to celebrate your progress. Your team members will notice by the time you hit day number 30. It is about continued growth. It's about making a deep commitment to never stop learning and growing and developing. It is really where the true joy comes from. And you'll become that highly engaged, empathetic leader that leads with humility. That's where team members want to come to. They want to be with people who are happy. That's a human fact. And to sustain it, it's not just 120 days of happy leadership mastery. It's about the continuous measurement of your own habits and behaviors as you evolve and you change and you add items to the list and you continue to be innovative, creative, and of course you teach down those things that you have learned in this presentation as well as the book. Have a wonderful day. Lead with authenticity, with humility, with positivity, and work on your habits and behaviors to become a happy leader. Thank you for watching, and I'm Walter, the Dutch Mentor. Come check me out at thedutchmentor.com. Thank you.